Hey Woodhaven family, and welcome back to the Journey 24/7 podcast. This is Chandler here with you again, and I hope that you're having a great Monday and you had a great weekend. I'm having a good Monday because as you're listening to this, Lord willing, I am in Disney World. Today I believe we're going to be heading to the Magic Kingdom, so it's going to be a fun time. Me and Hannah are here with my family, and it's going to be just a really wonderful time with them this week. But we're still going to be spending some time on the podcast too. So we're going to be opening up into Genesis chapter 21 today. And in this chapter, we see God's promise that he's been continually giving to Abraham and Sarah come to fruition. And that is the birth of their son, Isaac. So we see the birth of their son here at the beginning of chapter 21. And immediately we see that Abraham had his son, Isaac, circumcised when he was 8 days old, just as God had commanded him. So it takes us back to that covenant that God made with him, made with Abraham of all of the offspring, all of the male offspring being circumcised when they're born. And so Abraham immediately fulfills that on this 8th day. Again, just showing how Abraham is obedient to God. Even though we've seen all the times where he's also failed, he does still have a heart for the Lord, and he still has a desire to live for the Lord. We can relate to that so much, that we fail, but we still have that desire and that heart for the Lord. So we see Abraham's obedience here. But then we also see how Sarah, now remember, if we go back, Hagar was Sarah's servant that she actually sent and told Abraham to have a child with. And so they had a child, and his name was Ishmael. And if we remember, even though it was Sarah's idea, once it happened, she did not like it. And we talked about how Abraham was in the wrong here completely. We talked about how Sarah was in the wrong here completely, yet through that, the Lord continued to show grace and show mercy in the situation. Well, he does that again here. Sarah sees Ishmael laughing, and this bothers her. She goes to Abraham and says to cast out this slave woman with her son, for the son of this slave woman shall not be heir with my son Isaac. And it says Abraham was not happy about this. It was displeasing to him. But God says to Abraham, do not be displeased because of the boy and because of your slave woman. Whatever Sarah says to you, do as she tells you, for through Isaac shall your offspring be named. But then he says, I will make a nation of the son of the slave woman also, because he is your offspring. So Abraham rose up and he went and he casted them out. And they're going through the wilderness, and the sun is beating down on them. They're getting dehydrated. It's just, they're in a rough spot. It's so bad that Hagar actually puts Ishmael down, and she walks off and she says, let me not look on the death of the child. Says she lifted up her voice and wept. And it says that God heard the voice of the boy, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, what troubles you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the boy where he is. Up, lift up the boy, and hold him fast with your hand, for I will make him into a great nation. We see that God then opened her eyes, and she saw the well of water that was nearby. And she went and filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. And then the scriptures tell us that God was with the boy as he grew up. So you see here, the Lord continues to just show grace and mercy to Hagar and Ishmael and even Abraham, because Abraham now could know that his son was all right. And all of this was a situation of Abraham going outside of God's will, making a sinful choice to have a child with someone that wasn't his wife, that was one of his wife's servants. Yet the Lord still cared for him. He still loved him, just as we talked about back when we studied this originally. God's good. He's gracious and he's kind. And he listens to our concerns. Then this chapter finishes up with us seeing Abimelech again. And it's Abimelech coming to Abraham, and he says, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear to me here by God that you will not deal falsely with me, or with my descendants, or with my posterity. But as I have dealt kindly with you, so you will deal with me and with the land where you have sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear. So we see through Abraham's relationship with the Lord, Abimelech sees there's something different here. He sees that there's a power here. And he wants to make sure that him and Abraham are in good graces because he knows that Abraham will go to the Lord for him. Now, there's a lesson into our world today here. Not that we have this ultra power over people because we're believers, But it's because of the ways that Abimelech saw the Lord moving in Abraham's life, he recognized that Abraham was different. And therefore he went to Abraham with a concern. In the same way, we should live our lives where people see that we're different. And they should see that we have this relationship with the Lord, and we should want them to come to us. Again, not because we have this magic prayer to the Lord that they couldn't have themselves. They could have that same relationship we have with the Lord. But we should live our lives in a way that people see us and see that we are different and that we do have that relationship with God. And when they come to us, instead of us just praying for something for them, we use that as an opportunity to share the gospel with them and to let them know that they can have the same exact relationship that we have. All they have to do is confess Him as Lord, turn from their sin, and surrender their lives to the Lord. That's what we should be desiring. That's going to wrap our study up for today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow as we get into Genesis chapter 22. Bye.